DrFlux here with another product. Today we are looking at the Flip-8. If you've seen my Flip-16 video, it turned out to not be the great blaster I anticipated it to be. However, I do have high hopes for this one because this one has 4 barrels on each side, so that's less chance for failure, I'm hoping. I know in my comment section a lot of people said they had higher hopes for the Flip-8, and I hope you're right. So in this video, we're gonna take this out of the box, we're gonna take it outside, we're gonna see how effective this flip rotation mech works. We're gonna check some FPS numbers and give our final thoughts and see if this blaster is in fact better than the Flip-16 or just another failed Elite 2.0 blaster. So let's jump right into the video. So on the package here, we have a blaster with 8 darts, no more, no less. And just like the Flip-16, this one has a flip rotation. However, this time we're dealing with 4 barrels instead of 8. So this design, basically we are pulling this back to flip the 4 barrels in the front, and then you can't see it right here, but there's a pull prime, which we can see on the box. But enough talking about that, let's get this out of the box and see how well does this thing actually function. And darts, got some darts, 8 darts, and some instructions. So it looks like you can only really load it into the front, which is a little bit of a shame because the whole cool thing about the flip function is as you're basically playing and nerfing and whatnot, having a barrel facing you is nice because you can load it on the fly. But in this design, that's not happening. You can't really reach in there. Oh, thank you. So much better. Oh my goodness. So that, and you can slap it hard. Because the other one, if you slapped it hard, it would keep spinning. Oh my God, that's so much better. So we're off to a good start. That is definitely a good start. This flip functionality does work much better. I would say 1,000 times better than the other one. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. How well do these ARs work? Ooh. Yes. That is great. Sorry, Pac-Man. Seems like I found a new target in here. Oh yeah. So that is a pleasant surprise. I'm very happy to confirm that this flip functionality works great and this thing has a good little pop to it. So let's take this outside and get some chronograph readings and see just how good of a pop that is. And while we're out there, we'll go ahead and also shoot some cups at 30 feet and see how accurate these are. So we'll start by just getting some chronograph readings off of standard Elites. I know these things usually travel a little bit faster than Waffles, so keep that in mind. Yeah, that's not too great. It's like they can't have it all. Either the flip functionality doesn't work or the dart performance is low. But let's get some chronograph readings off of Waffles because Waffle darts are much more accurate. However, I don't think the FPS on them is going to be as good, which we're looking at those numbers, that's not a great thing. Ugh. Yeah, so much lower numbers. Let's go ahead and see how accurate it is. Well, let's try some Elite darts now. This is only at like 25 feet or so because this thing doesn't have much power. So let's give it a try. Oh my God. Can we try to at least hit something? Okay. Let's go ahead and try some Dart Zone waffle heads. After taking the Flip-8 outside and getting some chronograph readings, it was quite clear this thing doesn't have a lot of pop in it. I will say it's shooting targets at like 25 feet, 30 feet or so. They were okay when I shot Waffles. I guess the only thing I struggle with this blaster is that Elite 2.0 in my mind I feel like should be around 70, maybe 80 FPS. Like I think that's a good range. I mean, I have a hard time with blasters in this day and age that are shooting around 50. I mean, I don't know. That's like something I would thrift at a Goodwill or something, and you know, I'd take it home and it's shooting like, you know, 30, 40 FPS. You know, it's just like a brand new blaster off the shelf. I would anticipate it shoots a little better than that. Ideally, foam dart tagging, in my opinion, should be actually around 100 FPS. So I understand that Nerf doesn't really want to push out this type of product line at 100. I get that. I mean, we see that with Ultra and Rival because those two lines are more for older Nerfers and they basically are selling, you know, higher FPS to them. But even with that said, I've gotten Elite 2.0 stuff that hits around 70, 75. So this is kind of weird. I might be getting hung up on it, but I think what it is like this blaster is actually really good. Like I really like everything about it. You know, I like the flip function, it works well. The bottom prime is reliable. The smart ARs in this are really solid. Like I have not had any problems with it all day long. Even after doing a flip and then firing shots, you know, it's just no problem. So if it just had a little bit more FPS, I'd be very happy with this. So then the question is like, how do we mod it? And to be honest, I'm not super scared to mod this, but I think it's gonna be pretty interesting in there with the gearing system. And in the end though, you just have a pull down plunger system right here with a catch and a spring. So that's all we're really looking at is right here. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm just suspecting, which the other thing also, but if that is what's going on here, I can tell you, if the plunger tube is in here, there's really not much room. So I don't know what you can really do with that. And from what I understand, and actually I can actually see it in there because there's some ribbing on the side. Can't really see it on camera, but I can see the top of the plunger tube up here. And it is thin. It's not a big plunger tube. And obviously, if you look at the pistol grip width and how much room they got to work with, that's what's really killing the performance on this blaster. The issue I personally have with smart AR systems is I don't really have much success in removing, like messing with the airflow of a smart AR. I usually break the AR, so I don't, as far as that goes, I can't really mess with that. Could put a better spring in. We could put some Teflon tape in there and kind of increase the seal and maybe get a little bit performance boost, but I don't think this thing is going to be going up to 100 for sure. We could maybe, through modding, we can maybe get it back up to about 75 or so. But let me know in the comment section, is that worth my time? Would you like to see this thing modded? Or is this just something I can just toss in the bin with the Flip-16 and we'll go from there. Well, I'm DrFlux and that pretty much wraps up my review of the Elite 2.0 Flip-8. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. I just really wanted this line to be decent, and it is. It's, for the most part, I will say this blaster is better than the Flip-16. However, it's just, I'm being let down with every blaster I review in the Elite 2.0 line. So I know there's another one coming, or is out, called I believe it's a Flip-32, which I'm a little taken back on, because it's like, I feel like with the Flip-32, you're just doubling all that potential issues, you know, like now you got even more smart ARs to deal with, or a wider range of smart AR. And then of course the flip function, which that's gonna be more weight. The flip feature on the other one wasn't really good. This one's good because we don't have a lot of weight here. So really curious to see how that works. So stay tuned. In the future, someday when I can get one, I don't have one yet, but when I do, stay tuned for a part 3 to the Elite 2.0 Flip Shot series. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And as always, happy foam flinging. DrFlux here with another product. Today we are looking at the Flip-8, and man, am I excited. All right, not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous here. Hasbro just keeps taking my money. Giving me nothing. Flip it. Flip it. Sounds pretty decent though. Ooh. Flip it. But we will give the Elite darts a chance. Maybe there's some strange magical recipe that they changed on these ones. Oh my God. No. No. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes. So much better. Oh my goodness. So that, and you can slap it hard. Flip it. Flip it. Flip it. Oh, that's great. 1,000 times better than the other one. Sorry, it was so enjoyable. I just had to keep doing it. So